Welcome back to CBB2, and I think we've finished talking about the forks. I promise you though. The good news is that the universal side stand has turned up, and it's quite pretty. It's a little bit over the top. It's a little bit Harley Davidson, really, isn't it? And of course, it's kind of not universal because this is an M8. Actually, no, it's an M10, and what we need is an M12 to go through the frame in the Honda. So I just happen to have this little spacer, just a little bit too big for the frame, but it's perfect for this. Let's see if we can sort that out. Then we can get it on its side stand, and then we'll all be a little bit happier about moving it around, because quite frankly it's in the bloody way. The other thing we're going to be looking at, God, I spotted it while I was messing around with the forks, is these front brakes. Yeah, because that's a bloody mess, isn't it? And obviously we're not going to be using these levers. We might be using these ones, or possibly the upgraded versions that are coming for the Kawasaki. That needs sorting out. That's ridiculous. Might leave that, might not. Might swap it in for one of these slightly neater T-junctions that we used on the other CB. And yeah, these are all over the shop as well, aren't they? So whether we use our friends at Ven Hill to get some really nice new ones, which is probably what we'll do, or I've got this drawer full of bits and pieces, and we might use some of them. We'll see. Either way, it's horrible as it is, and it needs sorting out. The other good news, our nice shiny exhaust nuts came today. The bad news is, as before, I ordered the wrong bloody size. What's the matter with me? I ordered 8s again, and they're 6s. We know this. Boom. So, finally we managed to drill out the hole. Big enough to insert our spacer, to make the hole smaller, ironically. Using one of these crappy drills, and that's why I say finally. This is one of my crappy drill bits. As you can see, it got very, very hot. Yeah. Which is why we had time to completely dismantle the front brakes. So, no more horrible cables. And just a little bit of measuring to do once we get the new handlebar levers in. Not like those. I'm going to throw this away now because it's rubbish. So next issue is obviously that this fits probably, if you're really lucky, from the bolt itself to the springy thing, but of course it's got to fit to the frame. It's got to ping it back to the frame, and I haven't got the strength, honestly. It's just not long enough, so I'm going to have to get another spring, but hopefully it does mean, I mean, that's only a riding issue, right, that it pings back and doesn't drop down and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully we've got a side stand. I might test it out in a minute, because my mate David's coming over and he can help me haul it back up onto the centre stand if it doesn't work. Yep, it's back in the bag. It didn't work, it was too long. So we'll just a short one, obviously. And thanks to some help from my my dear friend David, it's back on the centre stand, and I haven't pulled any more muscles. However, other exciting things have turned up. Yes, no prizes for guessing what that is. Yeah, it's very nice, and it came with a free shower cap. Now it's just a question of whether it fits or not, really. Well, I would say that's a yes. I've still got it on that platform. Whether I need that or not, probably not. Well, I think it'll sit perfectly nicely just on the frame. Let's see what attachments it came with. Well, various bits and pieces, which I presume you can configure any which way you like as to where you're going to fit everything on. That one, I guess, hooks under the fuel tank mount at the front there. Okay, nice. Alright, I think I'm going to take the pan off and see what it looks like underneath. Well, I guess these boys could be adjusted somehow or made to fit onto the frame there relatively simply. Yeah, I don't know about the front end of things. Those little pads don't quite sit on the frame either, so I'm not sure whether we're better off with the pan in place. Let's try that, because we could always bend those over so that they bolt into the pan. Yeah. Well, I just lobbed the tank back on there as well to make sure it all kind of marries up with that, and it kind of does. Yeah, near enough, honestly. One kind of issue, we've got a bit of a gap there. I don't know, honestly, if it'll bend enough with some kind of securing device to actually meet that line. It probably will, because that's where we've got our two screws either side, bolts. So we'll probably get something to make that happen. And then we got the other two bolts up front, which would certainly marry up with the pan. They're just not long enough, unfortunately. Don't know what to do about that. I guess we need some of those kind of sleeve type devices that would screw onto this and then be long enough to come and meet the pan or through the pan, and then a bolt on the other end. Yes, let's look those up then. But the good news is I think we can make it work, and pretty good value for, I think it's like around 50 bucks, somewhere around there. So cheaper than a custom seat for sure. Which reminds me, I need to phone my friend Dora. While we're at the rear of the vehicle, I'm just looking in the box for, I was looking for the battery charger cable actually, stuff that came with the bike, and it came with this light, which is, it's not bad actually. I don't mind it. I mean, I know it's kind of fairly normal Caferacer type rear light, but you know, we've done a lot of the Perspex blocks, and maybe we just go with something more conventional this time. I've got another one kicking around somewhere, but I kind of like this. It's just simple. Before I get distracted again, I was going to charge this rather lovely battery, anti-gravity battery. That's probably 100 odd bucks worth right there. I really like it actually. Lovely terminals, just straightforward Phillips hex bolts, and yeah, so we're connecting that up, not to the bumper car, to our favourite charging device. If you're familiar with this, you can skip the next 10 minutes while I bang on about how good Optima battery chargers are. Well, I'm not going to anyway. So we're just going to do that, and it's analysing. Yeah. It also came with this battery to add to my collection, which kind of looks kind of cool as well. So I'm going to charge that up afterwards and see whether it will accept a charge and hold it. Well, we said we were going to do something with the brakes in this episode, so we might as well. Let's take these calipers off and clean them up a bit, and paint them up a bit, and check the pads. Pads look pretty good, so I'm guessing they're new. And there's an interesting device holding the everything in place. So just a 10mm, and that slides up and then off eventually. Cool. Yep, so having unbolted that kind of capping device, the pins that hold the pads in, just kind of tap them out this end and then pull them out with some long nose pliers. Yeah. Then again, maybe not. They don't look so good once I got them out, so stupid not to get some new pads. Just hoiking the pistons back using a G-clamp, C-clamp, whatever you want to call it. Those ones were already kind of back. They might have been the thicker pads, possibly. Either way, I hope they're not seized up. Although I have rebuilt calipers, pistons, etc. on the race car, on the Porsche, and it was relatively straightforward. I don't want to do it again if I don't have to. So they're pretty horrible. That one's even worse. And I'm thinking like orange, but with the circles black, and then obviously the Honda sanded down. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Just gonna pop those in the dishwasher at gas mark 5. And these have seen better days, so we'll get rid of them and get some new ones. I'm not sure if we'll go for the same kind of oval aspect. Just a question of measuring the diameter and working it all out. Usual shenanigans going on with painting and filling and sanding and yeah, messy business. Meantime, in battery world, this one's not looking so good. 0%. We'll see. It's probably screwed. It's probably why I bought the new one. Anyway, we'll find out. Well, somewhat amazingly, that has brought that back to life. So we have another battery. Sidestand number 2, which came incomplete, no spring. I've lost the spring for the other one that I'm sending back as well. So it's kind of a Bermuda Triangle for springs. Anyway, much shorter because the angle is different. So the angle is actually tighter towards the bike, and therefore if I had it even 2 inches shorter than the other one at the new angle, it would have been effectively standing it up at the same length. So it's all about the angle of the dangle again. So this is on its shortest setting, which might be too short, but I'm not sure. You know, we've got all that clearance under there at the moment. So I'm going to wait until there's somebody else here to help me put it on the centre stand again before I test it. Yeah, that bit was broken. Anyway, it came with a spare one, so I guess I just haven't got a spare one anymore. Finally managed to order the right size nuts for the exhaust, so they're on. Nice and shiny, nothing fancy, not orange or anything crazy. And we've got a few left over as well. Cool. I'm actually looking forward to tackling this front wheel because I have an idea. And this is the first kind of wheel that it would work on, as opposed to, it might have worked on that one, I suppose. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so there's, I think this is a Porsche. And I just always really like this, that just one section of the wheel is that colour and the rest is as per normal. So I think I'm going to try something like that. So we need to get the front end up in the air fairly quickly, I suppose, which involves the hoist, of course, and I've been putting it off because that involves a lot of shilly-shallying around. But I guess we just need to get on with it, really, because we're going to have to do something with that wheel. It's horrible, and we've got all the brake calipers and everything off, so now is as good a time as any. And I've decided I'm going to use this light just because it fits the seat and everything else, and it works. So there's your running light and there's your brake light. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to be a little bit conventional at the back end this time. Maybe we'll go out on a limb on the front this time around, because we were a bit conventional with that one, weren't we? Oh yeah, we got a bit wacky with that one. Well, whatever. We shall see. It's a blank canvas. Drawing a bit of a blank in here as well at the moment, but there's time. I think that's as good a place as any to leave it. So as usual, thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe down here somewhere. And while you're about it, encourage others to watch my lunacy.